Hello and welcome to the channel. Thank you to all the people who have subscribed over the past couple of weeks. It's really good. Now all we'll have to do is get our watch hours up. So just a reminder, maybe to play the video in the background or something like that. Because I have to get up to 3,000 hours and I'm around about 1,500 at the moment. So if you play that in the background, and even if you don't watch it, that would be very much appreciated. If I do it, of course, it doesn't register. This week we have a Astor BPJ, I always get that back to front, BPJ, and this is a fairly I don't know when it was made. The colour of it is not in the service manual. There's 10 different colour combinations and I haven't seen the yellow one before, so I grabbed it and it cost all of $30, but it was I was told, and it had a label on it, not working. But when I got it home and plugged it in through the Variac, it has worked. Not very well, because some of the valves needed cleaning and the valve sockets needed cleaning and needed a complete recap, but it was working. So I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, I nabbed myself a bargain because the yellow ones are not very common. Yeah, as I said, I haven't seen one before. It is a little bit marked on the top, but you don't really notice that. So now a bit of an apology. I set this up to record and of course I didn't press the button on the main mixer and I've got colour bars for the first little bit, but there isn't much to report in that. I can play you a bit of the sound which I got out of it, which was a howling feedback type noise, really pretty bad, but I fiddled around with the valves and it came good. Ooh, getting feedback. How unusual. I wonder if it's radio. It's actually radiophonic. Wow. Yes, my friend had a Philips from 1940 and it did this, yeah. And yes, you put a little radio on the top of it and it would broadcast, for a good kilometre around the area. I also had a bit of trouble because you see this on a Friday or after Friday, and I was searching around the dial and I was thinking this is working, but why isn't it working down here? Because we've got our last AM radio station up here is a racing channel and usually just blasts straight in. It's really strong signal here, but I couldn't find it, and I spent about maybe 15 minutes looking for it and playing around with the radio, different aerials, etc. And then I thought, have they gone off air? And I went across to another radio and I couldn't find it, and another radio and I couldn't find it. But they're back on again today. So yeah, they must have lost the link or blown their transmitter up or blown a fuse or something. But anyway, let's get into it. I'm rambling as usual. Here it is. Right. Well, the first take of this, I had the colour bars on. So we didn't get too far in. So I'm going to go back to the beginning and do the introduction again. So this is a Astor BPJ, I think. Is it a BPJ? Yeah. It's from the late 1950s, and it's very, very, very similar to the HMVs and Kelvinators, which I've been doing over the last couple of weeks. This I picked up on Saturday, so 2 days ago now, and it was sold as not working. Now I can tell you straight away that it is working, so that is wrong. And what I'll do is I'll put it back on the variac. All I've done is tried to get the knobs off, and I've taken the screws out of it. So this is the front of it, and as you can see, it's in very, very nice condition. The cabinet is in great condition, except for a mark there and a few other little dings and things like that. It is darker there. There must have been a sticker or something like that on it, because there's evidence of that. That'll clean up. Or someone's put something on there and someone's tried to polish it or something like that. But that is the original colour, not that you can see it here, because it's sort of blowing out the camera. There is a mark down here, which is nothing, and this side is pretty good. There's the usual roughness around this edge and this edge, and of course the lettering is worn off, but that's easily fixed. So it's on 175 volts at the moment. We'll bring it up to 200. Right, it's on 215 or 212. It's settled down.
So we don't sort of unpack what that is. What is someone's home life like?
And this is going to be the video fix that I've ever done, I think, because it is actually working. This is Bendigo. These go super loud. Where is 3BA over there? So it does have a problem in that is 3BA, and it should be blasting in with racing and other rubbish. I've got a very severely done volume control there.
To enjoy the first class facilities, plus golf, bowls and tennis just a short walk away. We encourage you to inspect our village today. BendigoLifestyleVillage.com.au. Homes available to move in now. On call, Central Victoria. Your say now with Tom Elliott. for 40 weeks. New location, Midland Highway, Epsom.
Some of the "you mustn't do this or that to me" is based on fear and grief of their own, that life is changing for them, and they're managing their out of control terror in more rigidity and rules.
Well, that's 3LO Melbourne, and it's bringing it in really nicely. Yeah, so let's see. These suffer from silver mica disease, and they normally crash and make a real racket. So I have 4 more of these, and they all had silver mica disease. They're all different colours, including grey, red, cream, and I've got another one somewhere. I think it's a green one, but it's in pretty poor condition, so it's not on display. These knobs need a good clean up, or replacing actually. They're someone's tried to pull these off, and they've broken all the plastic around here. And they're on pretty solidly. I couldn't get them off. The grill, which is normally glued to the, well, in this case, the yellow part, that is loose. So I would think someone has tried to pull this out of the case or the cabinet. Normally when these are glued up properly, you try and remove them, and they're you start to break the plastic around the edge. Okay, so let's pull it out of its case, and we'll see what's going on inside. Right. So I think, yeah, apart from this being pretty original and this big wax lump just fallen out, yeah. So I'm going to try not to damage the aerial, because these are mounted differently to the HMVs. And I'll bring you over to the other camera. Right, this looks pretty original to me, apart from this cap here. So I'll bring you right down. And that's as close as I can get. Yeah, everything looks original in this. All the paper caps are original. This one has leaked badly. That's where the wax has come from. This one over here is not original. That looks really nasty there. Not sure what that is. Can't remember. I haven't done one of these for a couple of years now. Oh, and this one down here's been replaced for sure. So we have 2 replaced capacitors. That one and this one. And I don't... is that a capacitor? Don't know whether that's a capacitor, because that's the volume control there, I think. Is that the volume? Yeah, that's the volume control. This looks remarkably original. This radio has been very well looked after. Not sure what that is, but it doesn't look very healthy. It's all black. Okay, so I won't bore you with the capacitor change. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's this capacitor here which dies and crashes. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'm going to replace the caps, and I won't bore you with that. There's 1,000,001 videos with people changing capacitors and things like that, so I don't want to make it 1,000,002. So I'm going to change this, and we'll be back.
Don't let difficult reception stop you enjoying TV. Choose the Astor Fringemaster 23, guaranteed to outperform everywhere. It's an Astor. That's the difference.
Stay tuned and keep happy with the greater 3Z. Fun radio for listening at its best. Hey, live a bit, 'cause this is it, the greater 3Z. Fun radio, it's great. Here's your musical invitation for some recreation you'll enjoy.
Now, I can't find where this 0.1 capacitor lives. It was just sort of hanging there. It was soldered to earth here, and it was just broken off, and I can't find the other end of the lead. And looking on the schematic, I can't find where that one goes either, because there's a 0.1 there, there's one over here, and there's supposed to be one on the volume pot, but yeah, that could be why it's burnt, sort of looking very, very black, because it's only a 0.03. So there's only 3 on the schematic, and there was 4 in the radio. Or there should be 4 because of that volume pot one. And the other strange thing is, I've been wondering why this morning I can't pick up 3BA, or the racing channel, whatever they call themselves these days. It's definitely on 3BA's frequency. And it's not on the air. I've tried 2 other radios, and there's nothing there except for the carrier. So something's either gone wrong with them, or they've changed what they're doing, or what have you. So I don't know. Anyway, it is not humming quite so badly now with these 2 new electrolytics in it. I'm going to change this one down here, the blue one, and we'll do a bit of a progress report.
Baker Boy makes better bread. You can taste the difference.
More and more housewives agree that the best sandwiches are made with Baker Boy's white sliced bread. That's because it stays fresher and has that unique fresh from the oven taste. So follow the lead of Victorian housewives everywhere. Ask for the popular Baker Boy 1 pound white sliced, because
Baker Boy makes better bread. You can taste the difference.
Okay, it's all finished. So there's the main electrolytics there. There's another electrolytic down there, a real tiny one, because it's only 25 volts, and this one's 35. So 25 microfarads at 25 volts replaced with a 25 microfarad at 35 volts. These other ones were particularly difficult because they've been wrapped like about 5 times around the terminals, some of them literally 5 times, and there's some of them have got 5 wires, or 5 connections to the terminal strip. So it's a little bit on the tricky side to do this. Let's fire it up and we'll see what's going on. I've also cleaned the volume control. So 210. So it should be enough. And and that's not good. It's making a very loud humming noise. I wonder if the valves have come unseated or something like that. Yep, that one is not in properly. That's all good. That's all good. I did test it before I did the last cap, so it will be the last cap, and that was going on to the volume control. Not a sausage. I'm just wondering if the volume control is dodgy and the soldering which I've done has just killed it. That sounds all right. And the dim bulb is actually glowing this time when I've turned it on, so something isn't quite right. Okay, I'll be back in a moment.
Here comes the news on the greater 3UZ. News, the latest news on the greater 3UZ. So listen, here comes the news.
Okay, so it was just a loose valve, not setting in its socket properly. Ooh. There's still something not quite right with it though, because it's really thin. Aha. Yes, the volume control is stuffed, put it mildly. Yes, it's not working in the middle. What am I going to do about this? Because I can't get the knobs off without actually breaking them, and I don't particularly want to do that until I can get some new ones. I must have overheated it or something like that when I was soldering it. Although this is what I took out and it doesn't look very healthy at all. Oh, hang on, wrong camera, sorry. Yeah, so this doesn't look very healthy at all. It's been burnt to a crisp. But I think I may have done a nasty to it with the soldering iron when I was putting the new wire or the new capacitor in. So there's nothing down there. We turn it and turn it and turn it. It kicks in there. It's loudish there. And then it goes quiet. Right. Well, it doesn't go quiet so much as lose all its tone. So it is sort of working. Then we turn it round here. And the background noise is getting louder. Then it sort of blasts through. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to have to soak these controls and try and get them off. Okay, So I may leave this video here because it is working and it is okay, except for that volume pot. And I don't think I've got any volume pots, and I can't find the company where I bought some a couple of months ago. And I can't find the the invoice or any emails, and because I bought it off of the web, and they're up in Queensland, and do you think I can find them again? Anyway, stop it here and I'll see what I can do. Otherwise, I'll move on to a different radio, seeing as it's only Monday morning.